Another capture headquarters mission. All I know is that it's somewhere in this area. And the difference here seems to be from the previous ones that we basically start out with nothing. 80 turns left, so time should not be a consideration. 2 energy each turn. So the goal is to expand our influence as quickly as possible. We have to be fairly careful with this. I'm sending this one soldier alone to go north. Weather is good. Probably want to get the fuck out of here immediately. There might be some fighting involved in protecting this, but it seems like our center of operations has to be here. They probably should have put in the air defense system. We're gonna leave something here in case there's an infantry unit or two coming here to harass us. But we have to keep in mind that the main bulk of the enemy force is clearly. So I need to take the units that are able to kill stuff there. Right. Now the Rangers can probably move very quickly. I'm just wondering if they're... Do we need something extra in on top of those? I need to use whatever I can to reveal these locations. This is only useful for repairs. It's a waste of time to go there now. I don't really see why we need to move in the ships. It's clearly some kind of defensive fortification there, so I can't just move north. I'm going to keep these as defensive units. I sort of want to keep some of the aircraft here too. It's at least very likely that we're going to face some kind of trouble fairly soon on the aircraft front. I need to give them experience. Well, it depends on where things are gonna go. I want to use these for scouting also. Don't want to let them really move beyond. another factory. We could destroy the skull with the mines. Is it worth it? Should we pull these back? I guess we're just buying time for the moment. Anti-radar. Radar. Anti-air. Do we have support units? No, we don't have ammunition trucks at all. At the same time, if we're capturing things, we might get what we need. So... I think we have to be at least somewhat cautious what we produce. I don't see a radar vehicle at all. I would really like to see what the fuck the enemy has on their side. Be an anti-radar vehicle while we're at it. Actually, the Alcor is probably a more important thing to get. We can produce the other on the next turn. I'll produce the anti-radar vehicle first. Pretty thorough blockade. Artillery. That's the important thing I wanted to know. Where exactly are we safe to position ourselves? Probably not anywhere near here, so I'm gonna dump the Pulsar heavy artillery here, have it covered by the anti-radar vehicle. Our force here is absolutely tiny, so we need time. Yeah, okay. 3 skulls. 3 skulls and an Iron Star. 2 yeah, Iron Stars here too. But they didn't attack with their ground troops, only through range combat. It's 3 experience for the artillery pieces though, but there's at least 7 to 8, no, he's everything. 7 to 8 long range artillery capable units firing on that bridge. We need to pull some kind of rabbit out of our ass to counter the aircraft. Yeah, I should have destroyed the buggy. I was hoping that they might be holding back a little bit. I also opened up a little hole to the western side, so now the infantry can take over the factory there. Strategist. Now that Bing has achieved massive breakthroughs and captured the northern parts of the area, it is imperative that you should support my troops in the west. I will not be able to hold up the anarchist advances for much longer. You have a minefield there, you have nothing. I suppose it makes sense for the game to nail that point through, that either you move now or you might as well just restart. That's actually my biggest worry, control. Yeah, I don't have the capability of moving the mines into the forest, so I can't block this no matter what I try. but I have to. It's imperative that I buy time for our troops to reach the factory before they do. At least there's a solid wall now. These aren't gonna recon all that much. Maybe they can find out something. We might have to think about it a little. Because we need effective ways to capture things. This is totally worthless. Taking this is just a waste of your time. We need to attack that, at the same time move forward, revealing new areas. Another factory. Baguettes. Don't have the reach. Have the reach. Don't have the reach. I need to get rid of the Orion. I don't have a capture unit here anyway, but I had another Ranger. Right, can't capture anything new. I need energy as soon as possible. So these CD sites are more important than others. +5 energy each day. Each turn, rather, I guess. Okay. Not sure if there's any point in bringing the radar vehicle out. It's perfectly safe there. Let's come back to pick up the Medusa. If we have to restart this for some reason, I can definitely keep more experience to some of these units. They don't seem to be all that useful from the start, so the first turns could have been just used to give them a little boost of experience. Because with the aircraft we're basically satisfied in covering the assets of these units for now. At the same time, we could use help at the edge of the map. Very, very, very much so. Okay, what do we have? Can't really capture it. Another factory. I'm hoping there's a city here. Energy, energy, energy. 7 energy. Yeah, this has to be reached very quickly. Ammunition refills. Maybe we're gonna need more than one ammunition refill anyway, but I'm still hoping that we might just locate some. It's such a basic vehicle in a game, so if we're basically supposed to rely on the units we capture, we have to have some kind of logistical units right from the start. Yeah, I don't think we want to try to push through from there. Here. Carpet of enemies with a cluster of defensive turrets. We basically have to have some kind of a radar plane there and long-range capabilities to slowly whittle down the defenses. I think it's better if we just block that and try to go from this side. Ooh, samurais. So the enemy arrives. He's taking a huge amount of time to work on his units. Basically what I think it means is he doesn't have a... typically has a... an army that we face, he has a section of the army that's being immediately thrown at us. And then there's another section that basically just waits where they are to react. I think his army now is mostly going to be just thrown at us. That's why he's working so long on his turns, and because he has to move every unit pretty much around. Ooh, and our Hydra is already damaged. Wonderful. I guess our current army will be staying here because it has to. Capture units will be moving forward in the hopes of gathering up another army to defend the western side of our area. Okay. We can actually capture things. We might lose these any time, so I have to remember to move them out. already out of ammunition. I do have to remove the radar vehicle. There's a high probability I can defend the factory. I more or less know what's coming our way though. Right. Better not put anything into the Atlas now. Don't really have the luxury of trading troops either. We just make do with what we have. Barely have enough troops to protect our initial troops here. Probably kill weaker units outright now. Hopefully he can't see the elixir. I could protect it with this though. We need a little bit of fuel here, but I'm not sure if it's worth risking the fuel truck. Same with the Atlas. And if they come closer, 654. I'm very close to being able to just shoot at them, especially if they come somewhere here. I can shoot at them with the Medusa. One of you, please reveal something. I need the recon at the moment more than anything else. Here. Ooh. Support vehicles. More factories. We still need certain things more than others. We have a capture unit going up north with a ranger inside. Right, they can take E-full on the next turn. Probably that factory too, if we're not gonna screw things up too badly. And these can act as desperation blocking units. 4 energy. 5 energy with a radar vehicle. We have a U, and there's probably something there. They can take these. Yeah. I think I probably should focus on well, what should I focus on? Energy is nice, but I really need troops. give experience. Maybe not now. I'll take some time to capture these. I need to get the heavier tanks rolling north very quickly. After that, the support. After that, more tanks. Not sure what to do about the crystals. We really need them anywhere. Need to decide, am I going to start giving experience to the aircrew or not? We need them on the front lines fairly quickly, so I can't just sit around and keep giving them experience for long. The battle line is basically going to crumble here next turn. I think we'll leave the experience giving for some other time if it's necessary. Now we need to just start getting these fighters into positions where they might be able to contribute something useful. Yeah, at least now we have a good grasp of the area. I don't want to go there with any ground units. And no, we needed to move something. You. Maybe giving you a single infantry unit wouldn't be a bad idea. Right. Our anti-air capabilities are too weak. We haven't. Oh, they can shoot there with an Iron Star. Yeah, yeah. Now attack drones coming our way. We have nothing to counter the attack drones with. The Ghost is one, but it's not a match for them. Still, they've probably flown for a couple of turns already at full speed, which means we actually just need to ignore them. They're worthless. Time's running out. Gonna break through the minefield any moment. So getting that factory, I think, is the most important thing. The city that gives 7 energy, not so much. It's within range of enemy Iron Star anyway, so holding on to it is not gonna be easy initially. But if we lose the factory, they can not just have to deal with the massive army, but also the reinforcements they are gonna buy from there. So that's gonna be a bigger problem. I don't know if I can make it in time. I think I might have to tighten the minefield a little bit, in the hopes of preventing the infantry from coming through. And he's producing reinforcements. And he has an airfield there. That's where these came from. What about you? They probably moved at least once, maybe twice, so they have an airfield right north of us. They can definitely attack us and wipe us out. We're just losing units pointlessly if we try to prevent them from doing that. Yeah. Mines are worthless anyway at this point. Might as well try to cripple their capabilities of capture a little bit. Yeah, you are all dead if you go there. I don't know if we have the... Yes. Get the fuck out of here. The drones are the problem. And I need units. Combat goddamn units there immediately. Only should capture a factory, in fact. But we have factories here. Haven't done us all that much good. Well, we have 84 energy and I'm not spending it anywhere, so that's entirely on me that we aren't doing anything. We certainly have the capability to do it. Right. Can't afford to lose these. Ooh. Rocket. Right. Only 12 materia. This needs to be captured. I think they're coming for the crystals. I have to produce something. I guess I'm getting energy every time I capture one of these sites. That might explain the energy. So if I capture this, do I get 14 energy out of it? This has 10 energy showing. I have currently somewhere around 90, 94. 104, okay, so yeah. Actually, I never realized that. I basically haven't paid attention at all, but it makes sense. It's a pretty important fact to miss though. I might want to let him escape. It's out of fuel anyway, so it's just a problem for them. He's blocking this, he's trying to bring supply units to reinforce it, so it's just preventing his units from moving normally. I think we're gonna go capture some new Thangs. And take the factory with this. Right. What else? No way to escape the artillery coming our way. And I don't particularly want to attack those, now that there's enemy combat drones coming our way. Still, can't exactly just let them fly here unopposed. Oh, you're so goddamn weak. Still, 100 points of energy. You need to make use of that. We need... What exactly do we need? We could use the heavy tanks, but do we need them? We can take the factory on the next turn. Do we want the extra 30 energy and heavy tanks? Do we want to resupply? The resupply without some kind of units is fairly worthless though. 134 energy. How much does the winner of this get? 13 and an air defense. Not exactly great, but it's still wouldn't want to lose it to the enemy. Okay. Everything that needs to be moved has been moved. What can we do with resources we have? Can do combat drones. With a couple of those, we shouldn't have to worry too much about the air defense anymore. Other combat drones would be a problem, but I certainly don't give a shit about things like exterminators at that point anymore. Easily handled. And currently we don't have any proper anti-air, so I think that's a good investment at this point. It'll basically guarantee that we can respond fairly well to any air attack that they might throw our way. And that does mean any air attack. I don't see a tanker plane. We do have a tanker plane. Just pointing that out to myself, so I understand that if the tanker plane dies, we're fucked. These are not... they don't have the reach to effectively do much. So the tanker plane is vital to this drone defense system. These also don't use too much material, so that's good. 2 should be sufficient. I don't want... they're totally worthless in anything but air defense, so I don't want to make too many of them. We are gonna need some kind of blocking this here, like immediately. We don't have a lot of materials. We can do 2 tanks. We are gonna do 2 tanks. Just looking what we can do in the various places. Rocket tanks here, buggies here. Snakes? Pretty weak. We might have to do them though. We need something. Buggies would be great to have some kind of a defense that where we don't have to be within their gun range. So how much material do we have? 20. And it's only 4 per buggy. So we're gonna lose some of them anyway. Rocket tanks or comets. Rocket tanks are more powerful than the buggies and can move in the forest. But what I need here is basically something to just throw away against the enemy blockade and just stand there. So that would be... actually Alcors might be cheaper. they're more durable and cheaper, and if we have a lot of buggies, we're gonna need Alcors. We have a couple of Alcors here, so that's taken care of. Yeah. Something to stand against the tide. Might as well produce something here too. Not that we have to throw away all our energy right at the start. We need something. There's only one ammo truck here, and I'm not sending the ammo trucks from this place to here. We probably need at least another ammo truck. Fuel, not so much. This is more of a defensive force. So, ammo refills. Maybe a construction vehicle. We could break this entirely. Not sure if that makes sense though. They'll just all gather here then. This is supposed to be a place where I can draw their attention, so I can push through there. It doesn't make much sense to break this bridge. And we're sort of giving up the anti-air missile system. We have a Ghost and 2 attack drones to handle that. They're almost cheaper and they're much more useful. I guess we're taking snakes. We have to produce something to just get the defense force going. Maybe another anti-radar vehicle. Not sure if it's necessarily useful here, but this is already covered. But we used up the resources from these other places. Well, we have a couple of factories uncaptured here. We could build the anti-radar vehicle here. It doesn't have to be on the front line immediately. To be able to build a little bit of a train track here. But having a little bit of blockade very close to the front line is very useful. And I don't intend to construct anything here for a while. Could do an attack copter, but again, as long as they have the drones, they're all worthless. So, see how this goes. Maybe I should pull the Spectrum out. It's sort of as a just blocking unit at the moment, and it's probably my most valuable unit. The one irreplaceable unit I have. Don't lose the city yet. I need to capture it at least. If we lose it after that, that's fine. But I'd like to get the energy from it. And those drones are worthless. I think they can move like 3 times, pretty much at full distance, then they are stuck. There is a downside to the minefield. They have a larger, more experienced army now. Fuck you. Yeah. They have a radar there too, otherwise they could not have attacked anything. So things are getting a little bit heated up. I don't necessarily need that city, or not right now, but I'm going to need it sooner or later. And repair truck. And anti-air. Anti-radar. So yeah, this is gonna be it's probably going to be a gigantic bag of shit for a while. I could certainly do better now that I realized I'm getting a huge amount of energy by capturing all these. Out of fuel, out of fuel. They're not going anywhere. I'm sure they can make more. I'm sure there's a tanker plane here too. Or at least was. I'm pretty sure I saw it. You have to go here. I need to be fairly close to the tanker plane with these, ready to react against any aircraft. Anything special here? Heavy tanks. And heavy artillery. This would have been the most valuable site to take. Energy or 13 energy and anti-air system. Yeah, this isn't gonna be all that useful. It's a ways to lose it, but and there's not much point in having the radar out. Except that they might capture it at any moment. Okay, the comet has to go. Oh my god. Okay. I think I took the wrong city. I was supposed to go to the factory. And you need to kill the comet or we're so fucked. You can't actually attack anything. You can't move and attack on the same turn. Go in, you're dead otherwise. rocket tank or a comet? We are getting heavier units here to blockade. Maybe a rocket tank might be in order. I can take that city, but I'm afraid I'm basically throwing away a ranger. Do have another. I'm getting 20 energy each turn, so yeah, this is a very different type of mission. You're expected to churn out a huge amount of new troops to counter Flood instead of doing the typical thing. I might be able to delay them a bit. My hopes aren't exactly high on that. Might be also... I don't think I want to do too much with the mines exactly. Unless they have a ranger, it's not easy for them to capture that. They might be able to do it though. It's a very obvious risk there, can't deny that. Entire protection system. I suppose we could use it more at the center area instead of any kind of an edge. Here we would need to build roads here before we can even place one. At the same time, there's a drone ready when waiting. So just dump it somewhere. Sort of wished he could repair that. Means he'll have to bring it within attack range of our unit. Doesn't matter. I can't leave the Spectrum here. Within striking distance of our enemy drone, that is reckless. Well, the enemy transport plane is out of fuel, so it did a suicide run to capture a single unit of crystal. We don't really need their radar plane here anyway. We have a perfectly functional radar. We could do a lot of harm with this, but at the same time we're gonna die if we do, so fuck out. Ooh, there's the Spectrum. We can at least refuel one of them. Right, we'll have to focus on countering that particular threat. Can't really attack them now. So I'm not sure how much that matters. It's important that we have these. If it refuels one, which it probably does, we can still take the tanker plane out before it refuels anything else. Still, a little bit of a complicated situation we have here. A little bit of a different capture order, and I don't think we would have really much problem here. Okay. I want the artillery piece and heavy tank. And a heavy artillery piece. It's gonna take some time to get these all into place, but at least at that point I have some heavy tanks, some heavy artillery, a lot of skirmishers, so might be able to even do something useful with them. Okay, we could take this instead. But it sucks compared to this. But the anti-air missile system is dead on arrival, so we would be taking it for 13 energy, and if the ranger is lost because of that, it's a huge waste of a ranger. After all, the entire point of this mission is just to capture the enemy HQ, and a rapid capture unit on that is more valuable than anything else. I think I'll take the risk. This is probably not all. Yeah, this is pretty bad. If they capture the Medusa, they can keep the Medusa. Still, can do a heavy unit. Well, not exactly a heavy unit, or maybe a rocket. A rocket tank or a comet, which would be better? Probably a rocket tank in fact, but since we have the buggies already, does it make sense? Yeah, I think at the moment comet might be more worthwhile. Now build additional comets. I just need something to throw against them now. Especially to block this for a turn or two. If I can't block it, they pretty much have an unrestricted access to us. And we're going to probably lose some of these units already. Actually, the low fuel amount is our only saving grace here. anti-radar. We could build missile systems. There's so many anti-air drones so close that we can't just fully rely on the aircraft we have. These cost a lot of energy, but not that much material. The problem is they're sort of shit. But a couple of them here with some experience, and I wouldn't have to constantly worry about things. They could at least shoot them so in such bad condition that I would be okay. I also wouldn't have to tie up all my units here on the fence, I mean all the high altitude fighters. At the same time, the first focus is to stop the ground invasion, at least slow it down and stabilize the western front. Trying to build some kind of a missile system now is just a waste of time. It's not gonna matter in the slightest unless this stops first. There's more tanks and heavy artillery coming our way, on both fronts. We need to get the buggies a little bit more experience on them very quickly. There's a half a dozen of them now, but they're still 0 experience ones, so they're practically worthless. Once they have their first wing, then they start to be okay. Once they have their second, then they're incredibly good. But the enemy has pretty much one wing combat units, and they're all heavies. We didn't manage to kill it. Close though. Not gonna give it another chance to try that. I'm blocking his access with the comets if I don't have anything else. They're gonna be annihilated very quickly, but if they should fly a turn or two for us to deploy our heavier units and artillery in place. So it's a worthwhile sacrifice, I think. And the buggies can clean up the current invaders. Right, he's gonna crash, he's gonna crash. Not sure why these guys didn't do anything. Right, at least this looks like we have a proper army now. It doesn't look like we're being overwhelmed. This is more or less stable already, has been for a while. Have attack capabilities, and we're pumping out heavier units now. Right. I want to do one thing before ending secure this, before I forget to do it again. But who the hell is going there now? Can I... you? Right. $66 energy again. 30 material. We're getting 27 energy each turn. That's probably more than double with what we usually get. So it's actually nice to play a mission like this, where for once in your lifetime you don't have to be too stingy. It's more about can you manage to produce enough to stem the tide and push forward. And still using the material as a restrictive element, so you can't exactly build everything. We could keep experience. I don't think it's a good idea. I suppose that's the point. The experience system in general is not a good idea. It works so much better in the third one, although it creates another set of problems. I wish maybe you could apply some of that experience to troops you start with, or something like that. Or but I sort of like the idea that you can't just arbitrarily apply it. In the 3, if you have an experienced buggy and you have a buggy in the next mission, it has the experience of the same experience that the most experienced buggy you had in the previous mission had. So proper use of those allows you to bring in the experienced follow-up missions. At the same time, there's not some kind of a abstract experience storage container that you can apply to whatever you want. Big problem is I don't have the time to apply any of that, and usually by the time you have the time, it doesn't matter anymore. So it's much better to have a system where it's sort of automatically you in some form, and it can be planned in a way that you just use a different set of units to start with if you don't want all the experience to make a huge difference in next mission. It has its own problems, because the experience makes such a huge difference in how a unit performs. It can make a mission that was could have been fairly challenging from the start, basically trivially easy. So it's not exactly a perfect system, but at least the experience gets used. Here it just always gets stored, never used, so it's sort of a wasted system. Might as well not really exist all that much. There's like a handful of cases where that's useful. Yeah, I'll end it here, but I don't think I can take this yet. On the next turn. Is it worth something? 14 energy. It's a good repair base because it has 30 material. Yeah. Still enough of a start, and once things have stabilized, I don't know what we're doing. Because again, it's just capture one side. And we have these crystals still here. We might want to do an aircraft assault again. Anti-air capable units, ground attack capable units, radar, and unit transports. You have all the basic elements you need. And we're basically just missing a tanker plane, and we have that. The area isn't so big that we would have to refuel more than once. So, and we have the energy. We have the energy to almost produce 2. We can easily produce 1 fightercraft each turn, almost 2. So the resources are there to do a massive air assault. And even if they have some of these drones, drone is probably the cheapest unit you can produce. 16 energy, so we can produce 3 in 2 turns. Doesn't matter if they have 3 or 4 drones, I can easily overwhelm and destroy all of them. Even after experience, just wipe them out immediately. Same with the gunships. So yeah, I think this is more or less how it's gonna go. Ground forces stabilize things and maybe push a little bit forward, because they seem to have a production facility here. They have 0 experience, almost 0 fuel cost units here. So probably a factory. Maybe push enough forward that you capture that. Then you have a point to attack all the places on the map. At the same time, since we have sacrificial radar planes, we might as well basically produce a few extra and send them on their way to locate the HQ and do a more coordinated attack on that. I don't know. Still, I think we basically already beaten this map to a large extent. It's just a matter of clearing the few invaders that are still in our areas and then stabilize the border, and that's pretty much it.